About 20 years ago, there was a preeminent consultant that knew everything about education across North America. And I described the sort of principal that we were interested in hiring. And he turned to me and he said, that person doesn't exist. And if he should exist, you can never get him. You need someone young and watch them come through the ranks. And just at that moment, Yaakov Morel emerged, and the feeling was, this is our man.
I think I was a vice principal at the time. He came as a student teacher for general studies.
He was a student teacher in my classroom. It was a grade 4 classroom. And I would say from the get-go, he had an energy that was unmatched. Right? He still carries the school with this amazing energy.
And anything that we could have envisioned for a principal, that was him.
And that was the beginning of this wonderful journey.
I felt how would you call it? I just felt it in the air. I felt the love in the air, and I felt this place is different. And to be honest, after all this time, there's no place like this.
So many of my childhood memories are wrapped up in those hallways. I'll never forget Rabbi Eisenstein's iconic greeting, "It's a beautiful day." It wasn't just words. It really became the heartbeat of the school. Now I watch my own kids walk the same hallways, and I feel very grateful that Yaakov is the leadership.
As a proud alumni of the Hamilton Hebrew Academy, I remember thinking that when Rabbi Eisenstein, Zichrono Livracha, passed away, that really the golden age of the HHA was over. And a few years later, I was happily proven wrong. And Rabbi Morel came in and instilled and created such a magical school and a magical community where all of these students, 4 of my children included, feel loved, feel taken care of, and feel valued, and it's really a beautiful thing.
When I walked through these doors, I saw giants. I encountered giants at this school. People that I really looked up to, that I said to myself, I wish I was like that person. I wish I can inspire like a Rabbi Eisenstein. I wish I can inspire like a Mrs. Shafir.
When I went here as a kid, we had epic principals. We had Rabbi Eisenstein, we had Rivka Shafir, and I would say Rabbi Morel is at that level as a principal.
He didn't really evolve into becoming a principal. He let the principal evolve from him. He defined the roles. He defined the parameters. He made the job his own. He's Rabbi Morel, our principal, our leader, and most importantly, our friend.
For Yaakov Morel, this isn't a job. This is a mission in life. And the job doesn't end the last day of June that you're in school, but he's there throughout life for these children.
The summer after grade 9, my father passed away, and throughout that whole process, and even just beyond, Yaakov was always there for me, checking in with me, and he had me in with his family that Shabbat.
Every time I would face a challenge at work, something was stressing me out, and I would tell Rabbi Morel, and he would smile and say, "You're a tzaddik, Raz. Everything, you can do whatever you can achieve. You can do everything."
You get a lot of pride seeing the success of the children that you were able to hopefully inspire and who inspired you to become a better person. That's what the HHA is all about.
Rabbi Morel inspired me to go to Teachers College by his care for me and his care for the other students, and being able to provide that perspective back out to other students.
The students love him. They come into the office sometimes feeling sad or with an issue, and then they leave feeling so much better after they see him and talk to him. He always just puts a smile on their faces.
When I was a kid walking down the halls, I would be scared to be near the principal. I would be scared to go to the office. I would be scared. I would just be scared. You know, we live in a different time, but you walk through the hallways here at the HHA, the kids are smiling.
The principal's office is the heart that pulsates through all the classrooms, through all the teachers, through all the students. And having Rabbi Yaakov Morel sitting in that chair gives this school pulsating life and love.
It's not a job for him. He's passionate about being here. He's passionate about teaching, and that enthusiasm really, really shines in the classroom. And as a student, you can really feel that.
When you see that smile and when you see that spark just explode, it feels like it's your own child. It feels like it's your own child here. And that's what it's all about.
We could not wait for Thursday with Rabbi Morel. It was just so much fun. It totally reinvigorated the class. It was towards the end of the day, and even before, we'd be like, but Rabbi Morel would come in and, what's he gonna teach us today? What are we gonna do today? It was just so much fun.
They just love being here because they know their teachers love them and they want to be around, people that care about them, and it's a second home to these kids.
He always takes himself out of the equation. When he walks in, the ego is always checked at the door, and he's willing to do whatever needs to get done.
There is no task that is too menial for him or beneath him. He's always there with you in it 100%.
I'm with him at lunch duty every single day. He's cracking a joke. He's making it fun in there. He's singing a song. He's playing head, shoulders, knees, and toes. The kids are going wild. And it becomes just like an incredible event. Like lunch duty used to be a burden. Now it's like, you don't want to miss it.
He knows that people can do more than they sometimes believe that they can. And so he motivates you to be as good as he believes you can be.
He has always brought out not only the best in staff, but especially the students.
And I think that is due to his leadership and his example on a daily basis.
No one's gonna love your kids like the HHA loves your kids, like Rabbi Morel loves your kids.
He sincerely loves and cares about every single child in this building.
Oh yeah, I know. He's the whole package. Nice smelling, nice looking, that sharp hair.
Did I ever see myself here? Nope. Do I want to see myself at a place where I'm getting awards? No, because it's really a team effort. It's an award about everyone's success so far.
Rabbi Morel is a really kind guy because anytime we walk in the door, he greets us with a smile.
A funny moment I had with Rabbi Morel is when I complimented his ear. He laughed so hard. It was amazing.
A funny memory I had with him is when he was on Rosh Chodesh, he dressed up as a shark, going around the school and made everybody smile.
I think of him as like this King David type figure. You have this, he's like this shepherd, that humility and kindness and sweetness, thinking about every individual sheep and lamb. And then you have this king, this fatherly figure, who these kids look up to, and they're like, wow, that's power.
My dad's a superhero. He does everything.
His favorite superhero is Batman, and often I'll hear him quoting Batman to the students and saying, why do we fall? So that we can learn to get back up again.
When I look at a child, I don't just look at them academically, I look at the whole child. And I see, what does it take? What does it take to create or to fashion a child who's great and help them reach their full potential?
Our kids love Rabbi Morel. They're always saying, Rabbi Morel said this and Rabbi Morel made this joke.
And I always let the kids know that it's always important to wake up in the morning and to have gratitude. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for my parents. And I'm very grateful for them to push me to become the best I can be. I'm grateful to have siblings. And then my dream came along, my wife. My dream became a reality. And I met my wife, Shira. And Shira means a song. And I think God blessed me with a song. And that song's name is Shira.
Even if you just look at him, the sweetness and the warmth and the sincerity that comes out of him is just oozing.
Rabbi Morel, I would just like to say to you, thank you for making every day a beautiful day at the HHA.
So it does take a village to make the dream happen. And it's sort of like I'm living in a dream. And the dream just, for some reason, is a reality. It's so special.